This is the Let's Go Win podcast with your host, JM Ryerson.
What is happening, you guys? Welcome back to the Let's Go Win podcast. We are here for a Tuesday tune-up, and the point of this show, as always, is to help us be happy, healthy, wealthy, and getting better every single day. Now, I'm going to focus on, I have my son here today. Hi, Tej. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. I love the hat, by the way. You're wearing literally the same hat as I am almost.
Yeah, just the athletic fit. Yeah.
I wanted to bring him on because he is right in the middle of going through recruiting for tennis, but we'll talk about that a little bit, but more the journey that he's gone through with tennis, the courage that it takes, the amount of failure that you encounter, and the amount of commitment. And I think it's so applicable to not just sports, but it's applicable to anything that any of us are doing. And I appreciate you showing up, being as authentic and vulnerable as a 17-year-old. It truly is remarkable. I certainly wasn't there. So I love having you on the show, and thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
It's truly my pleasure. So I want to start with, you loved this game of tennis more than literally anything, more than anyone I know loves anything. And I mean, I've coached professional athletes. You are so committed and dedicated to this game. Can you just explain to me why? Where did that come from? Why do you love it so much?
So one day my grandpa brought me on the tennis court for the first time, and that's how I really started to get into tennis at like 11, I would say. But I just love the grind. I love training. I love competing, just the overall sport. It's so fun.
So I mentioned the word failure, and one of the things, if you're not a tennis fan, what you may not understand and realize is that these kids, these professionals, these athletes that play tennis, they're going to fail more than they're going to win, because there's only one person that's going to win that tournament, and it's a select group, and we've seen that professionally forever. I want to get into your mindset when it comes to failure, because obviously you really had a lot of growth, and then you hit this, I don't know, plateau, we'll say, for almost a year. What about your mindset that you've been able to continue love the game, be committed, never stop having the love and drive and work ethic? Can you tell me a little bit about your mindset? Because it is amazing to watch.
I just think about it as like a little hitch in the road. It happens on everyone's journey, and it was just a part of my path. It wasn't meant to be. I wasn't supposed to succeed during that time, and I feel like that 6-month span to a year span really helped me grow as a tennis player and as a person to overcome failure.
So one of the things that you watch when you're a tennis parent or you're around the game is kids that you used to beat or have now started to beat you, or kids that just used to whoop you, now you're beating them. And so you see this ebb and flow happening. How does that feel when somebody that you used to, there's a kid that just won a tournament recently, pretty big tournament, and you made the comment like, myself and two other kids, we should just smoke this kid, and now he has just taken this absolute jump. How does that feel as an athlete, and how are you able to keep perspective so that you don't lose your mind going, God, I used to crush this kid, now I'm getting killed?
Honestly, I don't like to compare myself to other players. Obviously, I want to be the best, but you have your own path. You're going to go at your own pace. You're going to develop into your own body. You're going to find shots you never knew you had eventually. It just takes time, and some kids just develop quicker than me or some other kids.
Yeah, and it is true. I mean, I've said this many times. You're the hardest working kid, and you love this game more than anyone I know. But you're not the most talented. I'll be, as a parent, I will say there are other kids that pick up a racket and they just get it, man. They just like, man, they look like little pros out of the gate. Whereas you really have put in work, continue to put in work. And I don't know if this is as much a question or just, I really want to understand your mindset, because again, you don't get to see it. And I know that you're going to be successful in any endeavor you choose in life, whether that's in business or you play professional tennis, knock on wood, you stay healthy, continue to grow and continue to develop your game. But how do you stay positive when it looks so dark? When it's like, man, my body failed me, which has happened recently too, or the conditions weren't right, or I just got beat that day. How do you stay so positive?
I just look at it as taking it one day, one point at a time. Also looking at the best moments in tennis and just life, and that I'm grateful to have this opportunity. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be tough, but I know there's going to be brighter moments ahead.
So I teach something. I don't know if I've ever shared this with you, but I teach something to companies. I teach it to executives and to athletes, and they're called the 3 Gs: growth mindset, grit, and gratitude. I believe with those 3 things, you can accomplish anything that you choose to. And obviously, you've heard from me growth mindset. I don't know how many millions times. I'm sure you're almost tired of hearing it. Grit, I think, naturally comes to you. And then gratitude, you just mentioned. Tell me about what gratitude means to you. Do you have a daily practice that you do? And, do you believe that that formula is part of your success and what you're seeing right now?
Definitely. I'm like my gratitude. I think, it's just being grateful that you have this opportunity and just using every advantage you can to it and just working as hard as you can. And then I do meditation for 10 to 15 minutes a night. Same with visualization, 10 to 15 minutes a night. And now that I've been dealing with a lot of cramps, I've been doing a lot of hydration, which I have been, and I just got my blood drawn, and um, I'm low on iron, so I'm going to just eat a lot of supplements with iron. And I play a lot, but I take care of my body. That's one of the most important things I feel as an athlete.
Well, and I will say, I'm glad you brought that up because for those parents listening, if you have athletes out there that are starting to cramp, this is something, Lisa, I played basketball in college. My wife played tennis in college, but we hadn't seen somebody have these cramp issues. Like your big part of your UTR or that plateau, your body started failing you time and time again. And so what we decided to do, my wife and I decided to go have his blood tested, see, is he deficient in something? What's happening? And so he is iron deficient and pretty significantly. And so with your body fat being at, what are you, 4%?
4.9%.
That's ridiculous, by the way. I'm not. But yeah, with you being that low of a body fat percentage plus the iron deficiency, your body was letting you down. Yet through all of that, again, I know this is another mindset question, but you seem to just get back up and go at it again, get back up and go at it again. Do you have a mantra that I know I've done one with you since you were a baby, but do you have another mantra? Do what keeps you positive when one of the most frustrating things, your body literally lets you down, even though you take such good care of it? What gets you back up and going?
Just my love for the game and my mantra is like, I am great. Greatness will come for me. And I love tennis. That's one of my mantras, and that's what helps me get back up.
I didn't know that. See, I'm learning something. This is why I love having you on the show, because I've done the mantra with him, but I've never heard that one. And I absolutely. So, can you talk to me a little bit about your daily routine, what it looks like for those people listening so that they can hear kind of what the commitment looks like, what you're doing in the mornings, to your training, to what you do in addition to the normal training at the academy?
So I'll just start with a normal school day, although I'm not in school. Tennis from like 7 to 10, and then I have school from 10:30 to 2:30, and then I'll have 2:30 to 5 for the afternoon practice with a private on that other end, and then I'll go home. I'll do my compressions. I'll do my journals, like write about how my practice was, how my day was. Do my protein shake, And I do this thing called salt water to help me keep hydrated, liquid IV, and now I've employed coconut water.
So the couple things that you did not mention that I watch you do the visualization, the meditation, the journaling, CMOS.
CMOS.
And I guess my point to this, everyone listening, is this is a habit that he's created. This is a routine that he goes through every single day so that he can show up as the best version of him. Now, obviously, being a mindset coach, it makes me happy as can be because I know you're going to succeed by doing this. What has been your biggest frustration? And just forget dad's here for a second. You can say anything goes, whether it's mom, dad. What has been your biggest challenge or frustration in this journey?
Probably just not improving as quick. I feel like I used to always want to be a perfectionist and just get better instantly, and when that takes time. And when I was hitting the plateau, when I started to, I didn't know what to do. I was frustrated. And then I just went back to basics, and that's why I'm on my way up again. I'm starting to beat better players and just fix my mindset on it.
So I want you to put it out there to the world because I think I know your goals, but maybe they've changed. What are your 5-year plans? You're 17 now. Like I said, you're going into your senior year of high school. You definitely are being recruited by some schools, maybe not all your dream schools, but a lot of schools. What is your 5-year plan?
So I want to play college tennis, and then we'll see how college goes, but I want to go pro after that.
Do you have a level of college tennis specifically that you're shooting for? And if you could say to the coaches like, "Hey, this is who I am. This is what you're going to get." What would they be getting in a player like yourself?
A hardworking, good teammate, positive guy. And I feel like college tennis it's probably about 50-50. It's about the environment of the team. 50% is how good you are, and the other 50% is just being there, impacting the team off the court.
So the last thing I'll ask you, we have this crazy bet, and I'll take off the hat so people can see my long hair. So we have a bet, which I don't get to cut the top of my hair is what it ended up being. I said none of my hair, but I go on stage and I have to be able to actually look decent. So where I can't cut the top of my hair until you hit a 12 UTR, can we give everybody an update on where you stand today? And if you were to stay in this bet right now, which I'm in the bet till at least January 1st, are you going to hit the 12 UTR or am I going to get to cut my hair prior? Who's going to win this bet?
I think you're going to get to cut your hair before January 1st.
All right. So I believe in setting an intention. Is there a date and a time that you really believe by this time I'll hit that 12 UTR and dad, you get to have a haircut?
I think it's by September. I've been hearing September everywhere, and I think September's the month for everyone in the world, but mainly our family, I feel like.
So that's a pretty significant jump because you're at what, a 10.6, 10.5?
10.5.
10.5. It'd be a significant jump, but I believe you can do it. Anything that you put your mind to, if you, again, growth mindset, you have the grit, and you have an attitude of gratitude, I think you'll hit it. Anything I didn't ask you that you want to make sure to share with the audience, just anything that I didn't ask you about?
Whatever you're doing, just keep at it. There's going to be some rough patches, and if you really love it, you'll keep doing it.
So the last thing I want to say is your mom and I are extremely proud of you. Not because of any tennis accolades or whatever, just the man that you've grown up to be. This is my baby. This is my literally, I know you're 17 and hearing you're my baby isn't cool, but this is my baby boy that is growing into this amazing young man. And we're just so proud of you, bud. And we know you will accomplish all of the dreams with the hard work and commitment, and dedication that you have.
Thanks, Pops.
You guys, I hope you got something from this. I love having him on here because this is unscripted. This is straight from his mouth. This is who he is. And I wish everybody could take a bit of his drive and determination to go accomplish their goals. I truly learn every single day from my child. I learn how to be a better man. I learn how to go after my dreams with no reservations. And I hope that did the same for you as well. Until next time, you guys. Oh, you know what? Lastly, I'm sorry. Make sure to share this. Get this out to somebody that may be going through a tough patch, going for their dreams. Any amazing D1 college coaches, share it with them too. But no, seriously, share this with someone that could really gain from it, because I think so often people suffer in silence. And I am so fortunate to be around amazing human beings. And I want you guys to do the same. So share this out with somebody. And until next time, remember, your mindset matters. I appreciate you all. We'll talk very soon. Thank you so much for listening. If this content is delivering value to you, please make sure to subscribe, rate, and review us. That helps us build this community, and that is what we are all about. Building this community as big as we can, helping as many people as we can, and deliver as much value as possible. Be sure to head over to letsgowinpodcast.com for information on my coaching courses, and make sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn at Let's Go Win 365. Let's go win and transcend in life.
This is the Let's Go Win podcast with your host, JM Ryerson.